Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. The wind whispered through the trees as a trapper stepped carefully over a half-rotten log, his boot leaving a shallow impression in the duff. At 82 years old, most men would have traded the trapline for a rocking chair, but John was not most men. He'd spent his life in the wilderness, his hands shaped by frost, his instincts honed by solitude, and his breath heaved not by age, but by the strain that would tire any aged man. It was June 1881, and he was somewhere deep in the backwoods of Ontario, Canada, near Lake Opeongo, where the map blurred, and only men like John knew the trails. He walked alone through the dense forest, the light dim under the tangle of red maples and towering white pines. His pack was modest, steel traps, a leather satchel, and a small caliber rifle slung over one shoulder. The underbrush was thick in places, with clusters of witch hazel and a few red raspberries clinging to bouncing branches. He'd already checked 4 traps that morning, each one empty, each one biting at his patience. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. In the rugged wilderness of the frontier, the dense forests and steep ridges of eastern Canada offered both opportunity and peril to 19th century outdoorsmen. The terrain of this region was, and remains, dominated by towering eastern white pines, red maples, and sugar maples, all interspersed with dense understories of mountain laurel, witch hazel, and hobblebush. Among these, berry-producing shrubs such as high-bush blueberry, American elderberry, and red raspberry thrived, offering food not just to humans, but also to wildlife. Large herbivores such as moose and white-tailed deer were common in the area, while predators included bobcats, eastern wolves, and most notably, the American black bear and the occasional eastern grizzly, both capable of dangerous encounters when surprised or defending food sources. John Dennison was 82 years old and was a seasoned trapper. His advanced age suggests decades of outdoor experience, likely involving fur trapping, subsistence hunting, and seasonal wilderness living, activities common among frontiersmen in the post-Civil War period. There is no indication that Dennison was accompanied by a dog, but he did carry a firearm at the time, as was typical of trappers during that era. Given that John had been blinked while checking his prior 4 traps, he was hoping his next would hold a beaver, providing a great pelt. Before approaching, John slipped his pack from his shoulder and placed his rifle alongside it, so his approach would be stealthy and light. He approached from an angle that let him see the trap from a distance, and what he saw was something he wasn't counting on. John could see that a black bear had somehow gotten caught in the steel-jawed trap he'd placed for a beaver. It wasn't clear if the bear had gotten pinched after stealing a carcass from its jaws, or tripped it while investigating it without a carcass. Either way, John knew this was a great chance for him to bag some meat and a good hide that would fetch a decent payday. As John made his way back toward his rifle, the bear may have picked up his scent on the breeze. As you can imagine, living off the land would leave anyone with considerable body odor. While John was gone, the bear worked its paw free from the trap and prepared to deal with the man the only way it knew how. Sneaking back toward the bear, after fetching his rifle, John pushed his way through the brush, eagerly hoping to get into shooting position to put the bear out of its misery. Surprising the trapper while he was approaching, the bear leaped toward John in a furious and angry attack. John raised his rifle in surprise to defend from the animal. With a swat so fast that John could not avoid it, the bear sent his rifle flying, leaving John with only his hunting knife as defense. Now, John may have been well past his prime, but that bear didn't know any better. The trapper stabbed and slashed at the bear as the bear bit and swatted at the trapper, each scoring flesh-rending blows. It isn't clear just how long the battle raged, but by the end of it, the beast and the trapper lay dead, side by side. A few days passed before John's body was found by trappers. Local homesteaders and trappers organized a brief funeral for the woodsman and laid his remains to rest beneath a pair of large birch trees as a commemoration. There was no record of what they did with the bear's carcass or any details regarding its size, age, or health. The trappers likely claimed the carcass, if it was still good, but in the early summer, it was likely worm-infested and rotten. As for the bear's motives in attacking John, it is clear that it acted in defense of its own safety. It may have been eating a beaver carcass caught in the trap, making it possible that it was defending its food source. Another motivation may have been that it associated the pain of the trap with John's presence, possibly labeling him as a threat. There was no mention of cubs being present at the attack site. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Tier membership on Patreon linked below will give you ad-free early access to photos, notes, and episodes. And the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining content like this. Today, the province of Ontario is said to host 85,000 to 105,000 black bears over its 344,562 square miles of land. This corresponds to a black bear density of approximately 1 bear per 3 square miles, which is extremely high. Bear attacks are rare here, and John Dennison was the first documented bear attack and human fatality recorded in provincial history. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. How did an 82-year-old trapper survive the demands of wilderness life for so long, and what does that say about his resilience? Would John have survived had he been a younger man when attacked by the bear? What lessons from 1881 still apply to wilderness survival today? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.